Biz Mastery week 3. The nitty-gritty of system trackers, we need to track our growth. Ideally, you want to track everything from day one. Day one is the easiest. Because why? Because you might have one thing to put on your spreadsheet. And then the best part is when you look back a year and you realize, holy shit, perfect example. Last year we decided to do emails. 1 email a day, just one email a day. Doesn't sound like a lot, right? It's 1 email a day. You know what that equaled out to? How many emails we sent in 2023? I got my numbers on Monday. 5,230,826. 1 email a day. The reason why we know it is because we are tracking it, or that you have a system, right, where you can log in and you have a database or a dashboard or an algorithm that's tracking it for you. So today we're going to go through pretty much all of the trackers that I have. So whose job is it? But it's your VA's job to build it and fill it out weekly. Your job is to have a meeting with them to make sure that the numbers make sense. So we are going to start talking about our greatness tracker. So I'm going to show it from a realtor's perspective, but you can use this greatness tracker in any business because you're going to see how it applies. So in the very top, face-to-faces. I do best with a person. Like if I need to convince someone to work with me as a buyer or seller's agent back in the day, my best was being face-to-face. The next one is great phone calls. So great phone calls, if you look, you should have at least 5 good phone calls a day. In real estate, that was real estate came up. That's what a great phone call is, meaning real estate came up. The fact that I'm a realtor and I can help you in real estate, it came up. Now, if you're doing this for agent attraction purposes, of course, you want to make sure EXP came up, the EXP conversation came up, then you can write that name down. Then you have referral partners. The next one is past clients. So you, again, this is database. You have to track it. Who are your past clients? Each of those past clients, if you have a virtual assistant, every single day, their first job should be to plug them into your calendar. Quarterly, every 6 months, once a year, depending how busy you are. So if you only have a handful of clients, you should follow up with them quarterly. If you have a ton of clients, follow up with them once every half a year. If you have a shit ton of clients, once a year. The next one is current clients. So current clients, I follow up with them anyway because they're already in my other lead tracker that we are going to talk about. But you know that period where you did the inspection and then you and then up to the inspection and the negotiation and all that, you talk 7 times a day. And then now we're just sitting and waiting on the appraisal for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. It's like that crickets for 2.5 weeks, right? The next one is social media posts. So this reminds you, oh shoot, I have to do 2 posts a day. The next one, open houses. Events. You should attend, if you look on the right hand side here, you should attend at least 1 to 2 events a week. Next one, hours prospected. Thank you cards. Then we have leads. So if you were to do all of these things on Monday, how many potential leads you got from it? That's the number you're going to write down there. Now, my question is to you, what's your closing rate? Each of these sheets is 1 week. So you're going to put the week up on the top. And then in the end of the week, you're going to be stared in the face of what you actually do. The next one is my lead tracker. If you do the lead generation from online properly, you're going to have all of these leads. And I got so overwhelmed when I logged into my KV Core, I logged into my Lion Desk. I was like, oh my gosh, there's 17 of them. Which one am I supposed to be talking to today? Which one's hot? Which one's cold? Which one is like, who's in my freaking pipeline? Like, do I call all 7? Do I go to the notes and read every single one to bring me up to date? No. So this is where the lead tracker came about. So the most important thing in the lead tracker for me, every morning I would wake up with my morning coffee, and everybody who was on here, I would dial them. Text, call, and email, text, call, and email, text, call, and email every single day, every single one of them. The other thing that's important on here, we have a drop down. So we have, you can't see that, but right here in the ratings, we have an A, B, and C. A is hot. It's between today and the next 30 days. They're ready to buy. B is anywhere between the 30 to 60 days. They're not like quite there yet. And then the C would be 90 days and after. If you're an EXP agent, I strongly recommend to track your revenue share tracker. The next one is the money tracker. Now there are 3 more trackers. There's a money tracker, there's a profit and loss tracker, and there's a pay log tracker. Then let's go into affiliate payout. So affiliate income, think of it this way. If you open your mouth to pitch a product or a service, you better get paid for it, or don't open your mouth. It's that simple. Then we go into I don't talk about this much, but I own Rec USA, which is the largest real estate Facebook group in the US. It's called Real Estate Community USA. There's almost 500,000 members in this group, like 500,000 people in this group. We have a virtual assistant for this group. We have administrators in this group that teach, and in return for their weekly teaching, they get a free spot to advertise. Number meetings and why it's important. So here's how our number meetings work. Number one, I showed you how Christy manages and collects all of our income expenses, that spreadsheet. Christy and I will have a meeting once a month. It's usually about an hour long, and we barely finish it in an hour. By the time I go through each of the income, each of the expenses for each of the companies, all the tabs in the bottom, an easy hour goes by. So I want you to assign that time, especially until you got the rhythm of things, to make sure that your reports are correct. Then we go into our quarterly meeting with what I call my board of directors. So next week, Q&A. So let me help you with whatever you need help with, and we're just going to start cranking them out one at a time.